What is going on, everybody? Your McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with another budget build video. This one is around Green Kid. This is a leader I actually like a lot. His ability is pretty good. Like, once you get your opponent down, if you get them down to one Don or 0, you basically can throw 7 Don on this guy, attack for 12,000, use your ability, rest 3, then attack for 12,000 again. So late game, your leader is just your built-in heavy hitter. But overall, this deck super cheap. Like it's right around like the cards I have in it right now. Based on the timing of when I'm filming this video, things could change. Deck costs under $50 total. Like that's so the deck costs like $30, but then it's like I think like $14 shipping on when I was looking everything up in TCG Player. So under $50 overall. But I mean, if you look somewhere else, or if you're able to go to like your local card shop or something like that, maybe I'll find this deck for super cheap. Because again, just the regular card prices, it's right around all these cards. It's right around like $30 for like everything in here. So very cheap deck, and it's a pretty fun one to use. It teaches you a couple different things, but going through what you kind of want. This is basically an end game deck. This is you're going to struggle a little bit in the early game, but end game, you have a bunch of different ways to just straight up annihilate your opponent, especially if you do an okay job. And it's all about chain summoning. So our biggest things we're going to be going into, the ideal you can hit up is we got some blockers. So the blockers here and here with Kid and Luffy are your big main blockers. And then I have Rosinante in here because this card's only 10 cents. And the normal cards that you would run in here were like right around $2. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, this card, it was like right around like $2. And to put 4 in there, I feel like, I mean, if you don't mind it, this is a better option just because it's only 1 instead of the 2. But Rosinante has a cool ability. If any of your rested characters get attacked, or if they be KO'd by card effects, you can KO Rosinante instead. So that's why I got this one in here. But and also it's just a really cheap card. So that is that. But then going into sort of the rest of everything else, the main reason is be able to rest your opponent's stuff. Ideally, their blockers end game, and then that way you can just swing with like Kid just nonstop and just beat them down. So Bonnie is in here. You can rest Bonnie to get in your supernovas. So here's your supernovas all right here. And then we also have this. And then Zoro's a supernova. Luffy is a supernova. So those are all your search options to get from this in the beginning of the game to try to build out your chain summons. So you can chain summon with Brook and get either of these two. And then ideally the big one you can hit with Luffy, then Brook, and then either of these. So you can hit 3 potentially for 1 there. And then Punk Gibson, I only have 2 just because the card was like a couple bucks, I think. So I just dropped 2, and then we boosted these to the 4 because both of these cards were like under 10 cents, I think. So this one is cool because then you can attack with your blockers, and then if your opponent attacks, you get to reset them as active and ideally block something out, which is this guy's built-in ability. And this card right here I'm not using. So there's like 2 versions. This version I think is only a couple dollars, but you can get like the tournament promo for like 40 cents. So there's if you don't care about like the art, you can get the alternate version of this for cheaper. And then I like this card a lot too for endgame. Is main rest one of your opponent's characters that cost you 4 or less. Most of the people you're gonna be playing, they're blockers, or just like obviously mid game are going to be 4 or less. Ideally, I put this in here for end game because you can just rest their blockers and then just tee off with Kid for like, if you use like 1 or 2 of these, you still are able to put 5 on him, so that's 10,000. Use his ability, so that's 2 10,000 attacks like late game if your opponent, and especially if your opponent's down on cards, they're not going to be able to block that. And then the final card I put in here, you don't need this, but this Doflamingo card I think is cool. And if you're like new, I think introducing you to the concept of like the quote unquote like boss cards is like cool, because this card is super strong and you can play around with it. If you like it, you could add more than 2. It's only like $1.50 I think when I was looking it up, so that's why I only put 2. But basically, another thing for end game, why I have this in here, is you can hit a nice combo if your opponent has like their rested stuff and their leader's rested after their attack. So your next turn you drop Doflamingo, and then his ability, up to 3 of your opponent's rested characters or leaders do not become active during your opponent's next turn. So then the following turn, like if your opponent can't get out like blockers, you're then able to attack with Doflamingo for 10k, and then you get 2 swings with Kid for 12k. So you'll be at the full 10 Don, so attack there. Then you're able to drop 7 on Kid, so he's at 12. Attack them, use your ability, attack them again for 12. So basically, a late game combo, if it works out, you just win, because there's no way, especially if your opponent's like down to like their last down, they can't stop a 10 and 2 12s. Like it's just an unstoppable combo right there. And then also too, after you freeze them, even if your opponent's like next turn they drop a blocker, ideally if you have this, you can use this and just rest the blocker right away and then just tee off on them. So this is a very strong like end game deck, like high turns. Like you don't really get going with this deck until right around like, depending on your combos and stuff, it'd be turn 4 is your ideal window, because you'll be also too, you want to go second just because of your search, because your search you have to play it and then you have to rest it on to use the search ability. So you want to go second to get this right away, so you'll be going second. So turn 4 you'll have like the 7, and then you hit the chains, and then you're kind of ideally, if you hit the chain, if you're able to get multiple chain combos with like Brook and like any of these guys, you probably beat anyone, especially if you get more than one, because being able to chain summon multiple characters out a turn is very, very strong, and a lot of decks can't handle that, especially. So that's kind of your early thing, if you're able to do Brook and then get out either of these two, because then with Law's ability, you get him out, then your next turn, if you want to use it, you just rest. Then for 1 Don, you can play 1 character with a cost of 3. So this is your option here. Or if you want to hit a nice little combo as well, you drop Izo here, and Izo's ability is also the same as this, resting your opponent's characters, and you just kind of go from there. But yeah, a lot of these cards kind of interchangeable though. It just depends on your budget. I just wanted to see if I could make like a cheap deck, and again, this is right around $30 for like the whole thing. And then if you get it online, expect to pay another like $10-15 shipping. So definitely overall though, for this right here, at least right now, well under $50. And fun little thing. And especially too, the other reason I wanted to put this together is for anyone that's new, the next like starter deck coming out is this green Uta one. So let me put in this real quick, ST11. So they don't have like all the stuff set up, but this green Uta one is film. So the cool thing that you can kind of get going here is this, when this comes out, it's only going to be $11, like the new starter. They don't have all the cards in here, but that way you'll then have 2 like pretty decent decks, because this deck right here, when that starter comes out, it's going to be very good. I think it's going to be very, very strong, because it's Uta's ability. So you put 1 Don on it, and then you get to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a film type card, add it to your hand, and then if it's not, it goes to the bottom of your deck. But you already have a bunch of these film cards, so you can chain summon. And then the crazier other thing is, then you're able to combo it with some of these new Uta cards, which this one, you get to discard an event card from your hand, set a film type character as active. So that could be any of your film type characters. You can attack, and then with this is out, they do that. But then the other crazy one is like these events are pretty nuts. It allows you, the events in Uta give green Uta Kid's ability. So you have this one that lets you set Uta back to as active. So again, if you put your however many Don on Uta for 3, the same thing as Kids, you pay 3 with the event, then Uta comes back. Or even crazier is then you have this. If your leader is Uta, so you have a search for 1. That's a bit better. And add it to your hand. So, and then set up to 1, and you get to set up an extra Don as active. So it's a search, so you can get rid of Bonnie and then work for more film stuff, honestly. And then this card right here for 2 is super good because you get to rest one of your opponent's like cost 5 or lower characters, and then you get to also knock out. Like you get to choose one of those. And then there's also, what's the other ones? The other Uta cards. The event. There's like another one. I don't think we can use these ones. Because I think these are like too new. But it'll set you up for if you get the promos from like the movies. Like all of these film cards are pretty fun, pretty wacky and wild. But yeah, you get to just kind of do the same ability with Kid, with Uta, and yeah, if you want to set yourself up for being able to have a couple pretty solid decks in the future, especially when this green Uta drops, I'd recommend trying out Green Kid right now, and then you can play around with the film cards, and then that way you just grab this for, ideally you find it for the 10-11 bucks at the store, then you have 2 good decks, and then you can just hopefully get the better film cards, because the ones we're missing that are pricey that are pretty good is like Nami this is really, really good, but it was a lot of money. And then there's this card if you want to make your deck like elite, but this card's like 40 bucks because it's a promo, so it's this one card costs more than this entire deck. That's how crazy some of the card prices are. But yeah, that way though too, you'll have the majority of the film cards if Uta, the new starter, interests you, and then you can mix and match with the starter deck and the cards you already have, and then that way, still ideally under like 50 bucks, you have 2 pretty solid decks that you can play around with. And yeah, overall though, just been having fun messing around with budgets and everything, trying to set like a goal and going under it. So yeah, this one is well under the 50 bucks, so you can definitely mix and match and like increase cards and stuff if you want. But I just wanted to make a super, super cheap one and see what we can do, who we can beat with that. So we'll jump into a couple games and show you how it works. Alright, we got Sakazuki. Rich chose to go second. I guess I'm looking out of this. Ain't much better. So that's for sure. This will be, we can at least hit a small little chain, but we have to get to like turn 4 before we can do it. So I don't know. This might not go well. Depending on, we just gotta get some hopefully ideal draw cards. Alright, so draw a card, draw a dot. Sure, I'm just gonna do this. 6 and 5. They're thinking. Alright, and then we'll just drop this for some potential bait. And just get him to waste a card to get rid of this guy. Then I'll be okay with that. Sure, we'll take one. Okay, if we can make it to the end game, this card is pretty big because we can rest. Like all their blockers are 4 or less. And there's one. Okay, we got another one. All right, so I'm at 5. We'll attack them 6 and 5. We'll see what they do. Interesting. Should just drop them all on him and then attack this. I feel like I should just, regardless, attack him. Seven on 5. Alright. Because again, my game plan here, we wear them down. I have these to rest whatever blockers that he puts out. The only one, I guess, would be Sabo, if he's got Sabo. So I can't do anything there. I'm going to try my best to play around, like, not have to worry about, like, too much. So, alright, this is a Mihawk one. That's their, like, high Don card. But we'll see. Okay, so never mind. They do have Sabo. I need to get rid of this man for things to work out. Alright, draw a card, draw a Don. We're at 7. So I could do a 7-4. Or I could attack. I kind of want to attack them this turn. Because I still have the Don to play around with. So let me attack them at 9 on 5. Alright. And then who can we get rid of? Get rid of this. Attack him again, 9 on 5. Alright, well that's that works. Just wanted to get rid of those blockers. We'll take that. Next turn will be at 9. Okay. Because if we kind of do this, then I can just play keep away with our life. There we go. Because there's only so many blockers this guy's gonna have, right? So on play. Okay, I'm grabbing Borsalino again, which is fine by me. Okay, Tashigi, and then Borsalino. I mean, we could just keep doing this. I just attack him twice again. Maybe. Like, wear him out. So, 11 on 5. Because I still got the 4 life. That's fine. Select a card to trash. And we'll trash that. And we'll attack them again. Oh. Alright. That's actually kind of big. So 7 on 5. Take that one. What is this? Okay, well we got our third one. So the only one that escapes the range here is Sabo. So I'd be at the full 10. I can rest both of those. Oh dang, I got another. Okay. I think we just keep doing this. Because I just need to make it so he runs out of blockers. Like a tiny little bit. And then get rid of this guy. Attack him again. Alright. Because if I get a turn where he only has 1 blocker, we're good. Sure. Problem is, I don't know what all cards that they got in their hand, though. That's the only issue. Block that. Another, okay. Then we're bringing Borsellino again. Well, there's only so many Rebeccas they can have, yeah? So what do I want to do here? So I can take a big turn. So I have 1, 2, 3. If I did that, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10,000. I have to attack 10,000 on them, then 10,000 again to go for the game here. Do they have enough to block out of 2 10,000s, you think? Because we can still survive one turn. So let's just try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack him 10,000 and 5,000. Select a card to trash. Oh, sick. It worked. Alright, very, I mean, different strat against Sakazuki, but say a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they couldn't have blocked it out. So there you go. This is how you completely just immobilize their, their cards. And how you can meet Sakazuki with a super cheap deck. I know for... That's good, pretty fun. I mean, pretty unlikely, and I would not recommend this play style against him, but I mean, if it works, it works. Play around getting these cards to just rest their blockers. But ideally, though, against them, you want to hit your chain combos. Like, you hit the chain combos and get a bunch of characters out to overwhelm them so they can't remove everything in a turn. And then you just got, if you get them down, then you can use Kid. But we beat Sakazuki, and I'll take it. That's a different way to win as well. Alright, we're going up against the Nami, the Millerino deck. I'll actually keep this just because we can do a quick chain. They chose to go second, which is fine. We're just going to be super aggro, and we're just going to attack them rapidly. And we'll kind of go from there. So draw 2, trash 2. Again, Nami, if you haven't seen or haven't experienced this one, the object of their deck is to burn through all the cards in their hand, or in their another hand in their deck, and that's how they win. They don't have any like heavy hitter cards or anything, but that's what they want to do to be able to win. And I attack them twice, I guess. I could just do that, and then next turn we can hit a double. Actually, wait, we could save up and hit a triple even. So we'll do that. Alright. Action. I will trash. This, and then we'll attack him again. Alrighty. We got one. We got him for one. So it will do this again. Draw 2, trash 2. Basically, most of their deck is like counters and like events that just let them trash to stay alive, and that's kind of like their goal, is to do that. Is to just keep like bouncing as many counters and stuff as they can. This is kind of like how they stay around. I mean, I'm okay with this. What's the trigger? 4 or less without an effect. There we go. Take that. Alright, draw a card, draw it down. We're sitting at 5. So I don't need that. Where are we looking with everything else? So I'll just hit this next turn. So I can probably discard this to use our ability again. With 3. Attack them 1, 5 on 5. Alright, let's drop this, draw a card if you have less than 3. That's fine. Then we'll attack them 7 on 5. Wait for them to do their stuff. We'll do this, trash this. Attack him again 7 on 5. Alrighty. So the main heavy hitter in this deck is this guy right here, Zeph. And so this is the one that we just have to block next turn. It's pretty much what wins them the game, if they can do this or not. With everyone else, it doesn't super matter. But interesting, they burned through all this stuff, so they might have went a little crazy here. But we'll see. So obviously not letting that happen, because I can win next turn. Like, straight up, we can win next turn. With, just because they had to attack twice here. They don't have any counters. So I might not even play this. Because I still have 27, even if they hit. Even if I let them hit this, it's, like, kind of fine. So if I leave the 3, I can literally put 9 on him. And then we get them down. And then, no matter what, we'd win the turn, like, after. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just do a 6 and see if it hits. Or at least get them to burn. They'd have to burn characters from their hand. Alright, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. On to us. We'll attack them 8 on 5. Alrighty, we'll do this. I'll trash this. Attack him again, 8 on 5. Okay. And that'll end our turn. So, basically, they're gonna have to like burn out this turn if they want to do anything. So that's fine. They get to trash their 7, so they're down to 19. No trigger effect with Hawkins there. So we'll see how things go. But next turn, I'm just gonna set up. We're gonna hit the chain here with a blocker. We'll attack. Attack them. Just kind of go from there. Actually, probably just attack Zeph. So 6 on 5. 5 that as whale. No trigger effect. because we're going to be at 9 already. I could leave this. I mean, straight up, yeah, give 4,000. Yeah, we'll attack him 5 on 5. All right. So deploy this, deploy that, and that'll end our turning turn. And now next turn, we got him. Attacking me at 6 on 5. Sure. So just gotta block Zeph. Zeph is the only one that's an issue. And I got this guy to do so. And the next turn we'll just go for the game, and it just depends if they can they'd have to block out of a bunch of attacks. They're thonking. Because if they I can block what 4,000, so 8,000 or less, I'll use this. No blocker. Do that and that. So block that. Alright, draw a card, draw a Don. We're at the full. Our full Don Doodle here. I put 12 on him and just attack a couple times here. $12 on 5. Because they have to block 12,000 attacks. Plus a 5, and a 7. So I assume they're trying to crunch the numbers here. But I feel like even with their best stuff, okay, I mean they're trying. They got to 8. All right, 10. Okay. 5. Alright. Attacking for 5 again. Yeah. So there we go. Our green kid deck. There's nothing they could do. Like, the end game with your leader kid being able to attack 2 12,000s is pretty sick. Not gonna lie. But yeah, let's jump into some more. Alright, RP Luffy. What do we have? They chose to go first. So let's keep this then. So they got Nami. Alright, getting their 2K going here. We can immediately just drop rest up to one of your opponent's Don cards. Do we want to get that going? Or do we want to just do this? So start getting our blockers up. Alright, 5 on 5. No. So 6 on 5. That's fine. Alright, we get another Luffy. Let's see. Three on 2. And then attack them 7 on 6. Alright, we get one. Let's see if they take the bait of attacking our weekend blocker over us. I'm fine with either, honestly. So rush Luffy. They're gonna be dropping next turn. Ooh, okay, they're attacking me. No. So law blocker. It's fine with me because we get our own blocker. Got this. So I can throw this on him. Straight up attack twice. If I wanna. So we'll probably do that. 6 on 6. Because again, at the very least, just burn through stuff. Who do I want to get rid of? They don't really have anyone that's gonna have 4 or less. So we'll do that. Then we'll attack him again 6 on 6. Alright, we get him down to 1. Interesting. So we'll do that. I know they got Rush Luffy that they are dying to play. Grabbed another one. So, Gear 5 Luffy. But they gotta get us down all the way first if they want their plan to work. I'm just gonna play Keep Away so I can just blast them for like high down attacks. What is this? Rest of the characters. There. So draw a card, draw a Don. So now we can get a couple little chains in a row here if I would like. And so let's just do this. Alright, that's fine. Deploy that and that. End our turn. Alright, that's fine. No. Nope. Attack him with the law blocker. Dang, they're kind of crazy for that. No. Negative. I'm gonna be honest, I do not know why they did that. Should we just go for the game and attack him like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Should I attack him twice for 12,000? Do you think there's no shot he can block out of this like twice, right? Since he got rid of his 12 on 8. Okay. Very, very interesting. Attack him again, 12 on 8. Okay. So we get rid of those, which is fine by me. Now I'll attack 6 on 5. Okay, interesting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What do I have to do any of this? Alright. I'll call that good. So they're attacking that first. So we'll block that. And then that's 6 on 5. And take 1. So what is that? Only 1k though. So 10 on 5. I have to block this one because they cleared the board with 1. We'll take it. There we go. I get to go again. Now, as long as they don't have, like, what, Zoro Rush, we're chilling. So, 8 on 5. We'll block that. Just in case they have, like, John Bay. That's 12 on 6. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't need those guys for what I'm about to do to this man. 12 on 6. There we go. There's dusting up RP Luffy. Kind of I don't know, burn through all his stuff. And again, you just gotta play around them dropping this. I could have probably did a little bit better of annihilating their character field, but for them to do the double thing, they were going to have to eliminate all their characters anyways. And the advantage with Kid is you get to do 2 big blasts in a row, especially end game. There's nothing he would have been able to do to survive 2 12k attacks. So there's Kid over RP Luffy and our like cheap deck dominating. Not really dominating. We pulled it out against like these decks where basically this like Gear 5 Luffy, just this card by itself, and I probably just both of these by itself are the entire cost of the deck we're using, which is crazy to think about. All right, we're playing a wacko deck. Draw a card, draw it down. Play this. Do that. Grab a Brook. Oh wait, no, it's Supernovas. My bad. Let's try a Hawkins out this time. See what happens here. So we're playing just all yellow Big Mom. So if their life is at 2 or less, they can add 1 card from their hand to the top of the life area. So 10 Mom. I'm okay with that. So draw a card, draw it done. I'll just attack them, I guess. Alrighty. And then we'll do that. What's this do? No. They're dropping that. Trash life or grant opponent 1. Okay, we can just trash. I know they want 10 moms, so we drop down low enough then it won't really do much. Alright, so we're at 6 now. I can hit. So I'll attack him 5 on 5. Okay. Interesting. Attack them 6 on 5. So we finally get one. Okay, they get this. What is... Okay. What do I want to do? I don't want to drop this guy. Just see what happens here. Test out Hawkins. No blocker. Do that. There we go. This Randolph feller. Okay. So I'm sitting here now with this. Deploy that. And then we'll attack them 6 on 5. Okay. Well, that's a wee bit annoying, isn't it? Attack him again 6 on 5. Okay, and they get Thunderbolt. Alrighty. So I guess that ends our turn. So they're at 9. Again, annoying yellow decks. They can, whatever they get from their life, the life triggers that they get from their life can just completely win them the game. It doesn't matter how good or bad they play. You can just do like whatever. Okay. 8 on 5. That's fine. Another Randolph. So 7 on 5. Yeah, there's not much I can do with the... I don't need this or that. Alright, draw a card, draw a dot. So we're at our full 10. Can we win? We're right here. They don't have any blockers. So maybe. So attack of 8 on 5. Alright, well, that sucks. So I'd have to be able to hit 2 11 on 5s. They don't have any counters. So 11 on 5. Alright, and then trash a card. Trash that, and then we'll attack him again 11 on 5. Okay, well, they had enough. The last card is 10 Mom. Well, can't really do much about that, can we? There's not really anything we can kind of do here, which is the problem. Because they have all these down, they can just put them on these characters and attack me. So, 7 on 5. Just do that. And then 7 on 5. Yeah, we'll do that. I know one of them's 10 Mob. We'll do that. It's not enough, my guy. I don't know what they're doing. Well, now we definitely a hundo P one. So 12 on 5. Yeah, okay. I don't know. They played that one interesting, but there we go. We beat them regardless. So W against the Big Mom here. All right, we got an interesting one against Sabo here. See how this goes. All right, draw a card, draw it done. We'll do this and a turn. We just gotta like slowly build up, and then we're gonna hit the bang, bang, bang. Get 3 characters out. But Residon to a leader. Okay, they got 2 Namis. Rush Zoro. Okay. They got another Nami. Oh, dang. Okay. Alright, cool. We got another one of these. Alright, so we're at 4. So I can hit a cheeky little one right now. So let's hack them 5 and 5. They're thinking it over. Alright. We're going to deploy this and this. There we go. So now I got Rush Zoro, who looks like they'd like to play. And then, okay. So they just got like a bunch of wacky straw hats in here. In Karasu. Alright. So draw that, draw it down, so we're at 6. I mean, if I just attack him a bunch right here, we're kind of chilling. Because I have this to play too, so that's 2. That leaves me with 4. Or I could do another combo, this and this, leaves me with 2. I mean, maybe we'll just we'll attack and see what happens. Attack him again. Alright, Jinbei. So what do I want to do here? So I could drop 2 for this guy. Put out 2 more bodies. We just have to survive the next turn, is all, if I do that. So deploy this and this. Attack them again. 5 on 5. Alright, we'll deploy another blocker. We'll call it a day there. Okay. Interesting. All I gotta do is keep my characters up and we're kind of chilling. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. Like, they had no blockers in their deck. I guess they have the Sabo blocker, but yeah. All right. Well, against I mean, this deck does pretty well overall against all the other just random decks. With this cheap kid deck, I feel like you can beat them. You're just not going to be able to beat like obviously the top meta decks consistently, but you can. It is there. Like we beat Sakazuki earlier, so you at least have a shot to beat them. And with this one, you got a couple different ways of doing that. Like against the Sakazuki video, showed you with using kids' ability and just blasting them, and just trying to burn through all their stuff. And then the other way is similar to kind of like this, is just hitting your chain, if you're able to hit your chain summons, and then you can just overwhelm the board and just throw like non-stop attacks. And if you're able to do that successfully, I think you can kind of beat anyone. And then, yeah, the Doflamingo, just in here for a fun card, because it's just a fun little thing. If you need to like stall out an attack potentially, and then your next turn you're able to attack with him, and then you can attack with basically, you drop him, and if depends on what your opponent's got, but you freeze their leader and 2 of their other cards. And then your next turn, depending on how things are, you're able to attack with the 10k, and then you can attack with 2 12ks with Kid. So that was my plan there. But yeah, I want to do another cheap budget deck. This one is very, very cheap if you don't want to do red, if you want to try something different. And this is also kind of beneficial, I think, because of in the upcoming stuff, there is a starter deck, the green Uta one, who works pretty brilliantly with the film and like Doflamingo. So that way you can buy that starter deck with the green Uta, and then that way you'll kind of have 2. You have 2 like pretty okay decks, in my opinion, both green, and you can play around with having Uta as your leader or Kid as your leader. But yeah, been having fun making these little budget deck videos, like going through, looking up and seeing all of the cards cost, because it helps me out too, because stuff I want to build, obviously I don't want to go crazy, but yeah, I wanted to build like a very, very cheap one. Obviously though, if you budget isn't an issue, then you can make this deck like pretty strong with like the other cards that we're missing, the film cards, but those ones are a little pricey. But with this one, you get the cards in your hand, you'll get the job done. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.